I got on social media, Saturday? All I see up on my timeline is, the rhetoric against the vile rhetoric against men over this situation. And I feel like some of the bloggers as well as content creators have not been, some of them has been creating content responsibly, others haven't.
We didn't know Klay Thompson before Meg Thee Stallion. We didn't know Stefon Diggs before Cardi B. And while these guys have more money than these girls have social and global influence. Meg Thee Stallion made Klay a global star, whether he wants to admit or not.
And it's just really mind-boggling that some people are so wrapped up in celebrities' lifestyle. Meanwhile, while all the vile rhetoric coming out talking about men, we only heard from one side, and it wasn't even detailed. It was basically said, I'm not going to the relationship is over with, and I'm not going to deal with a person who can't be in a monogamous relationship. That was it. I'm just summing it up.
But people break up all the time.
Yeah,
people break up all the time.
And it was within 6 months.
I don't understand what people were all
they was
about.
mad talking about, he had her doing wifey material things, like she was cooking for him. She done met his family, like duh. I mean, if first of all, you ain't got to be a high end person. If you somebody that that takes care of yourself and got character, and I'm going to spend time with you, then some of the people that I'm close to should know, like, hey, you was good enough for them to meet. They was talking about she cooked for him. Then they was complaining about that he bought her a $200,000 car, named the boat after her. That's the type of stuff.
To me, how it looks to me is that he possibly thought maybe this is who I might want to be with. It's possible that he thought that, look, I want to be with her. And as the relationship progressed, it just was like, you know what? I don't want to be with her. This isn't the person who I want to be with.
I'm tripping. That work all this shit. I mean, it's cool, it gets the job done and all, but it ain't preferable for real. It's like, can't.
I thought it was, but it's not. And people do that all the time.
Right.
And I don't understand why so many people were caught aghast. And Klay comes off to me as the guy who be like, you know what? Yeah, I will give this a shot. You know what I'm saying? Klay don't come off like James Harden and, the guys with that type of reputation. Klay comes off as the kind of good guy.
Oh, look, they was putting a list down of all the women that Klay supposedly had cheated on. And I'm sitting here like, did any of us even heard anything about Klay Thompson and his relationship? Never. The first time we heard anything about Klay Thompson and who he's dealing with was with Meg. And even when he won all the championships, we never knew who he was dating.
And because that was a blogger's fantasy. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They couldn't wait because like you said, and it all plays into the narrative of Meg made Klay famous, which you're saying how,
which it was dumb. That was dumb as hell.
That is a crazy narrative.
This man is a Hall of Famer, 4 times NBA champ, Splash Brother, top 50 player.
There are women who don't watch sports, so in a way, she brought him into their world. But in men's world, he'd already been there. We all knew Klay 60 points, 11 dribbles.
I'm sick and tired of what's going on in this world. I'm not saying whatever she felt was wrong. I don't know what happened in their relationship. Don't want to know. Ain't none of my damn business. Ain't none of y'all's either. But Megan Thee Stallion made it so this Saturday night. Why? How come you couldn't just break up and go on your merry way? How come you couldn't just say, we had our time together, but I'm back being single again. Klay Thompson and I are no longer together, and leave it at that? Why we got to dog the brother out? Why? Is there a wedding that I missed?
Fact of the matter is, he didn't embarrass her, number one. He didn't say anything negative about her, number two. Who did all the talking? She did. She said everything, and the internet went wild. Even when he went live today, still didn't say nothing.
And I think that she did it for a little clout.
Yeah, a little clout.
I'm kicking it with Klay Thompson.
Right.
But that is kind of the problem with going public with your private relationship, because once it goes public and stuff, and then it has this type of outcome, then you're open to this type of criticism. Whereas if you keep it private, nobody knows what you got going on.
Why is this propensity existent to be telling everybody your business? Why is that? I want that explained, because I don't get it. I don't understand it. How is that any of our business? I told y'all, I'm a very happy dude. I'm good. My life is fine. But there's a reason that you don't see me, and you don't see most people out front and center advertising their relationships. It's because of stuff like this.
Even outside of that, I mean, the thing is, he never embarrassed her. That's the part that's being missed of this. He never embarrassed her. It wasn't like paparazzi caught him with another chick or whatever. It wasn't nothing like that. She broke the news. She said everything. If you are consistent with somebody, nowadays, that is viewed that you are misleading.
True.
When you do stuff like that, that's considered misleading. I'm like, how so? I'm being nice. If I have the means to do this, and it's not, and I'm doing this without no string attached, why it has to be like that's misleading? So again, with him buying her the $200,000 car, with him putting his name on the boat, with her cooking for him, with she meeting the parents, those things considered misleading. All he just doing it was, hey, at this point in time, I choose to be with you. I'm spending majority of my time with you, and because of this, these are some of the things I like to do with the significant other that I fuck with.
Another thing I want to point out is maybe Meg ain't as dope as she thinks she is.
Right. I'm riding that till he come twice. Shut the up. Shut the up. I ain't never a nigga that ain't came 3 times. That's facts. Stop talking.
Sometimes people think they're doper than what they actually are. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're not as cool as you think you are with that person, and stuff like that.
And this is what I be stressing to people. Like, when you dating somebody, you only seeing a snapshot of them for a few hours. And those few hours are accumulated over days, weeks, months, into years. And based off of that, as the individual has to formulate, do I want to be with this person? You're not around them when shit is not considered quote unquote perfect.
And this is another thing that I want to ask. Is it the music, what they call hoe rap?
All that hot girl summer city girl shit they've been pumping and peddling for years, culture has now disqualified them from being eligible candidates for any man to take serious. And as they get older, they want to get taken seriously. So now when they're dealing with it, people are like, man, y'all are hating. How are we hating? We're going off what they have put out. Why do y'all expect this one guy to be the guy who marries her after you could name 10 been with her and they never married her? Why he got to be the one?
Does the way you carry yourself?
Nah, I wouldn't.
Do you think that plays?
I wouldn't even say that, because again, she can do what she do. She's an entertainer, so I can separate it too. You're an entertainer, so if you saying whatever, twerking, whatever, that's what you do. That's what you do, because you're an entertainer.
I mean, if that's what you're willing to take on, then yes.
Yeah, but
other narrative that I completely disliked was that black men were celebrating, but it happened. Who was celebrating? Who was celebrating any of this? This wasn't nothing to be celebrated.
I think the problem with what it was, what men was celebrating, was when you seeing women after woman after women after woman talking shit about men, that piss you off, because it's like, damn, when a man gets his heart broken, right? When a man gets his heart broken and it's publicly known, you don't see men getting up here bashing women. You know, might have a few. We don't have. I'm talking about, you have scores on my timeline. I had scores of bloggers scores of bloggers pushing this narrative. I mean, you can see the venom in comments that's being said about a man. So of course, you will feel some type of ways.